along with new export controls on any and all critical software by the 1st of November. President Trump has stated that China must stop boycotting America's farmers as a negotiating point, and has stated that he does not want to hurt China with the tariffs, but expects China to reciprocate the American sentiment. Listen in.
The things I want is China's going to buy soybeans. I want China to stop with the fentanyl. Very, normal things. I don't want them to play the rare earth game with us.
But you want them to, but do you think they will make a deal on soybeans?
I do believe, yeah, because otherwise I'm not going to make a deal. No, I want them to buy. Our farmers have been boycotted by China as a negotiating point. I don't want that. Our farmers are great, and in particular our soybean farmers, and I want them to start buying soybeans at least in the amount that they were buying before. And I believe they'll be able to do that. Right now, China's paying a tremendous amount of money in tariffs, like they've never paid before. They paid a lot during my first administration, my first term. Now they're paying an unbelievable amount of money to the United States. They probably can't pay that much, and I'm okay with that. We can lower that, but they have to do things for us too. It's no longer a one-way street.
Yeah. What would you lower it to, do you think?
Depends. We'll have to see what they want. One of the penalties we have, and because they're sending in fentanyl, we have a 20%, as you know, a 20% tariff on that. But they'd be paying about 157% tariff, which is, record-setting type tariff. I don't want them to do that. I want to help China. I'm not looking to hurt China. But they have to give us things too.
Joining us on the broadcast is Mr. Gerald Phil, economist from Dubai. Thank you so much for taking our time and speaking to us on NewsX World. Major sticking points emerging in this trade war, rare earths being one of them. Trump has now raked up the soybeans, and the fact that China has cut soybean imports from the United States and instead has turned to Argentina for the same. Meanwhile, we do know that Trump-Xi talks are still on the cards in Seoul. What do you expect will now transpire in the next few days?
Thank you for having me, Pia. Yes, there will be negotiations, there will be new talks. It's a bit of a game. President Trump said we do not allow, as you just showed in the report, not allow China to play the rare earths game. There's also a game from Washington's side where you say one day there will be 100% tariffs, 200% tariffs, and then 2 days later pull back and say, yes, we will have talks. They will continue. We had last week here in Dubai the biggest IT and software fair and exhibition, GITEX, and it was all about AI. AI will control everything, and these 17 rare earths are not only crucial for the defense industry, but also for the AI, for the high-tech industry. Absolutely. And those who have the grip on rare earths will have also the lead in AI technology and Web3 in autonomous cars and so on. So talks will continue. There will be a tit for tat verbally, but I believe what Trump says, that he doesn't want to hurt China. There will be a deal, and there will be ongoing negotiations and talks in the coming days.
Indeed, and I also wanted to understand from you, how does it augur for the United States itself, considering the fact that we're witnessing a government shutdown in the US? Experts have warned that if this continues and if the blame game between the Republicans and the Democrats goes on, it's very likely that a recession could take place. At the same time, we're seeing Trump's tariff policies resulting in increased prices of commodities for the consumers. So it's some sort of a double whammy situation with recession and inflation on the anvil. How do you think the United States will have to navigate through this then?
Absolutely, and the announcement by China to impose controls on rare earths was almost simultaneously when Trump announced his big victory in relation to the Gaza negotiations and said we have reached a ceasefire in Gaza, which was broken obviously by both sides now in the last days, as you said in your earlier day news report. Now, this is not only a double whammy, I would even say a triple whammy, because now his foreign policy is also not in shambles, I would say, but it's not that shining as it used to be. And the probability of a recession, as you mentioned, is of course higher. You see it in oil prices. The price for the barrel for 159 liters of Brent just hit $60 per barrel. and that's almost a 5-year low. It's towards the 5-year low, which shows there's stress in the market. There would be less demand for logistics, for trade, and the global economy has here some ripples, some damage already taken.
All right, so I request you to stay on with us as we're tracking some other rather crucial developments from China. We're now learning that China's economic growth has slowed to the weakest pace in a year in the third quarter as a property crisis and trade